how many grams are in 2.5 moles of aluminum. We have our 4 steps for solving molar conversion problems, which we're going to use to help us with this problem. The first step is to identify the conversion relationship. And we're asking ourselves, what units are we starting with? What units do we want to end up with? So in this case, we are starting with moles because it says how many grams are in 2.5 moles of aluminum. We looking for grams, so it looks like we're going to convert moles to grams. So we need to know how many grams are in 1 mole of aluminum in this first step. So to find out the number of grams in 1 mole of aluminum, we go to our periodic table. We find aluminum, and we find that 1 mole of aluminum is 26.98 grams. So we're going to write that down. 1 mole of aluminum is equal to 26.982 grams. This is our conversion relationship, our first step. Now we are going to go to our second step. Second step, take the given quantity and we'll make it a fraction by putting it over 1. So in this case, we are given 2.5 moles of aluminum. This is given to us from the problem. We're going to make it a fraction by putting it over 1. 2.5 moles of aluminum over 1. That's our second step. Our third step, we're going to set up the conversion fraction using the conversion relationship. So here's what that means. I'm going to multiply it by a fraction that's going to convert between grams and moles. So I'm using this relationship. I have 2.5 moles over here on top. And if I want to ensure that the given units cancel, if I want to do that, I need to make sure that I put moles on the bottom. So I'm going to take this moles, I'm going to put it on the bottom, 1 mole aluminum, and then on top I'm going to put that 26.986 grams, 0.98 grams. And when I do that, I have moles of aluminum on top, moles of aluminum on the bottom. They will cancel each other out. And then finally, I can go to my fourth step, which is to multiply the conversion fraction by the given fraction. So basically, we're just multiplying across the top and multiplying across the bottom. So that's going to be 2.5 moles of aluminum. Oh no, the moles of aluminum cancels out, just to 2.5. 2.5 times 26.98 grams of aluminum and that's going to be over, that's multiplying across the top, 2.5 times 26.98 grams of aluminum. On the bottom, we just have 1 times 1. 1 times 1. And all we have to do after that is just solve. So we're just going to go into our calculator, type in 2.5 times 26.98, and that's going to give us 67.45 grams of aluminum. 1 times 1 equals 1, so that's our top. Our bottom is going to be 1, and finally 67.45 divided by 1 is itself. Therefore, our final answer is going to be 67.45. grams of aluminum. And that is how we convert between grams and moles of aluminum. So just to recap, the first thing we did was to identify the relationship. Know that we're going from moles, converting from moles to grams, so we need to know how many grams are in 1 mole of aluminum, which we found from the periodic table. And then that was the first thing that we did. Then the second thing that we did was taking the given quantity, putting it over 1, making it a fraction. That way it has a top and a bottom, so we know what we need to do over here to make it cancel. The third step is going to be to set up that conversion fraction. Using this, I have 1 mole, and then I also have 26.98 grams. What goes on top, what goes on the bottom. So if moles is on top in the given fraction, I know I need to take this moles, I need to put it down here, and that way moles will cancel. And on top, I'm going to put this 26.98, that goes up there. That's my third step. And then my fourth step, I'm going to multiply this conversion fraction by the given fraction. So basically this fraction times this fraction. And the way to multiply fractions is just multiply across the top, 2.5 times 26.98 on top, and 1 times 1 on the bottom. Get the result, and finally we solve. So this is our final answer.